I love the Razor. That's a great phone. That
Is
was
that the
a
Razor?
great
Yeah.
phone.
The Moto?
flip phone? Moto Razor.
Yeah.
And the commercials were like, Moto Razor.
I don't remember that.
Moto Razor is MAGA? Why are they taking all the cool shit?
No, Moto Razor isn't MAGA.
Oh, okay,
this person is just like liking this thing that came back is MAGA.
Yeah, that's dumb.
That doesn't make any sense.
Like
it's foldable.
That phone you like is going to come back in style.
Yeah.
It's $1,500. Wait, iPhones are $2,200? No, it's Australia. Oh, who knows how much it is? That's Australian money.
All right.
I have had Fight Song and just like various versions of Big Structural Bailey stuck in my head for
Yeah, you have.
like what feels like 2 years.
They've scientifically engineered a way to make you more annoying.
Thanks, Brace.
So I thought I was gonna go somewhere that did not.
It didn't go anywhere.
No,
Are
sorry.
you brain dead?
Yeah, we've been working hard.
We're in the tranches.
Yeah, we are deep in the tranches right now. We've been doing what I call brain push-ups. We're doing mind curls.
We are getting ready for our live show.
And turns out that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
We should charge like $40 for this. This sucks.
No.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do this thing where I ask for people for donations. I'm gonna make some shit up, like for like my kid or something. I don't have a kid.
No, that's mean.
No, it's fine. And I'll be like, oh, my kid needs candy bars, so his school team can go somewhere, their away game or something for basketball. People will give me money for that, and I can spend the money on me stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, it's not a good idea, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, so we have a live show coming up next week.
On Thursday.
The 21st at the Makeout Room.
Mm-hmm. It is gonna...
but it's a straight edge night. No making out.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely not. No, the Makeout Room is warning you against making out. It's like hell. It's like a scary name because it's being like, don't come here. Makeout Room is called Makeout Room because it's like, I actually have this kind of HPV that definitely gives you warts.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Makeout Room. What time are we starting? 7?
It starts at 7, but if anyone wants to come
early,
yeah,
you should, because we have tickets are only available at the door. We have no idea how many of the groypers are going to show up.
I think a lot of people are going to groyp on down to it, but I don't really know. But it's not like a huge place.
Yeah, it's
so like I did a talent show there where a woman actually ate urine.
Stop.
Sorry.
I really hate hearing this story.
I hated being there. Alfredo sauce was the grossest part.
Jesus Christ.
On spaghetti. But when we did that, it sold out. Well, it was free, I guess. So, but I mean, if we had charged, it would have sold. Well, if we had charged.
Anyway, if you're in the Bay Area, remember next Thursday, November 21st. 7 p.m.
Get there 6:30.
TrueAnon live.
A multimedia terror experience.
Yeah, who killed Jeffrey Epstein? We're going to solve it, folks.
Mm-hmm. Live ammunition.
And, sorry to say this, guys, but we're not recording the event.
No. This is an exclusive event only for cool groypers. We're not recording the event. I don't have
sorry to tell
reason.
you guys that, but hopefully soon, sometime, we'll be in a city near you.
I'm sorry, do I come into your little science lab and take out a goddamn flip phone and start fucking videotaping you doing your experiments? No, I expect the same courtesy.
Yeah, we're going to Dave Chappelle the event, and everyone's phone is going to have to go in a little satchel.
Mm-hmm. And we're converting I don't know what you mean by Dave Chappelle. That's...
Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Come in. Jeffrey Epstein.
Should we get this show on the road?
Yes, so welcome to TrueAnon.
That's the name of the show.
Yes.
I'm Liz.
I'm Brace, and we're joined by producer
Young Chomsky.
Yeah, he's on the mic today because our brains are fried because of this show we're doing. We thought it would be the perfect opportunity to solicit some questions from you, the listeners.
And boy, did we get a lot of questions.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
Only read the first 7, so that's what we're going with.
No, I actually did read all of them.
I didn't, but I did. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you read a lot of them.
I did read almost all of them. But yeah.
I want to thank everyone for not sending anything too perverted.
No, all right. Well, so, all right. You did not read all of them then, because... well, this person's just said Michael.
Yeah, so shout out to Michael.
Yeah, that's much respect for that.
So I guess we're just gonna start reading down, and we're gonna see where this conversation takes us.
So we had asked what is your most psychotic Epstein theory, or what is your question?
For us.
Some of these are theories and some of these are questions.
Yeah, so I have to say that you guys. I know that you're like trolling us, but some of these theories are pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I won't name names.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is saying I'm Epstein. Give me a break, dude. I know you're not Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay, so first question. Is the Illuminati real?
So, to be clear, not a lot. 2 of my coworkers have been getting Instagram messages from someone saying they're in the Illuminati. I'm not joking.
Really?
Yeah, my coworker, who shall remain nameless, who I like very much, he showed me his phone once, and it was like a hot chick, titties, etc., saying like, "Hey, I'm in the Illuminati. Do you want to join?" And I guess I looked this up later. He was like, "Oh my God, it's the real Illuminati." I looked it up later. I guess it's actually a scam that people do.
Oh, it's
they try to give you they try to make you give them like $50 to be in the Illuminati.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. This is like the African prince, Nigerian prince scam.
Yeah.
But
That's a scam.
the update that it's Illuminati, I mean, that's very like of the times.
It's super chic, Liz.
It is very. I like it.
That was my impression of you.
That's a terrible impression. I don't say that.
Well,
I would never call something chic. That's tacky.
Let the audience decide on this one.
Okay, so is the Illuminati real? So what do we mean by the Illuminati? Okay, so I'm guessing that this person who didn't leave their name, and that was their only question, thinks that it's like some group that does like triangle hand signals, and you got the eye.
They're
kind of
like
Masonic,
more Renaissance-y Masons.
Yeah, it's like Opus Dei masonry.
Yeah, like if Opus Dei weren't Catholic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's like it was a real thing.
There is a thing, there is a theory about Jay-Z being in the Illuminati.
Okay.
Because he does him and B.
Mm-hmm. Anse?
Yeah.
It seemed like you couldn't finish it.
No, they do the hand signal thing like all the time. And there was I can't remember who it was. There's like an ex-football player who was saying that he knew that Jay-Z like participated in like cult ritual stuff.
Really?
Yeah, maybe don't quote me on that.
I mean, you're recording it.
Well,
okay.
It's alleged.
I mean, the Illuminati stuff I think is mostly just sort of fun for people to think about, but it's not like...
I like to think about it.
Yeah, I don't. But it's not, to me... It's like an old German thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if you want to believe in the Illuminati, that's cool. I don't know if it gets us any... I don't know if it's a clear way to think about the way that power operates.
I mean, it's not.
Yeah. So, I'm going to say, for our purposes, no.
But it's real.
Yes.
I mean, look at the dollar bill.
That's true. Also, watch the movie National Treasure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Great
watch
movie.
National Treasure 3, too.
That's not out. They
No.
they just stopped making it.
Oh, sorry. Some of us have seen it.
Also played Deus Ex.
Yeah, actually, yeah. No, true. Play Deus Ex.
I don't know what that is.
It's a game that you have beat.
Okay, second question.
Okay, let me get this up on the screen. For Brace, oh, thank you so much. As a recovering addict yourself, do you find that AA or NA is a bunch of bullshit, or is there value in it once you move past the 1930s Protestant language that suffuses most of the literature? Very kind of you to call it literature. I found the emphasis on helping others and getting out of your own head to make a huge difference in sobriety. I just worry that the language turns off more people than it helps. Keep hunting the sickos. So, yeah, I mean, it's no secret that I am in AA and that I am extremely sober. And yeah, I think that AA is like very dumb and corny, and like there's a lot of people in what's it, Dopeless Hope Fiend hats, flat brims that say Dopeless Hope Fiend, and that kind of people, like people who like have like quirky keychains, etc. But and the God stuff, I just tell people to just ignore that stuff. I mean, literally, like the only thing that helps you if you're on dope is trying to get other people to get off of dope. And so yeah, I mean the literature is, take it or leave it. It's pretty loose up here in San Francisco, but there's also a pretty big AA here, so you're allowed to choose from. But I don't care if someone doesn't want to use AA to get sober, fucking don't do it. If you can just like fill your veins with sand so you won't shoot up anymore, and that keeps you sober, fine with me. Don't give a fuck.
I don't think you should do that, though.
You should. No, well, it works though. They used to put me on this shit called, I think it was called naltrexone, where they give you a shot in your ass once a month and it blocks all opiates for the rest of the month.
I've heard of that. Yeah,
but
naltrexone,
you always like hear people in rehab being like, you can shoot through it. You can if you do enough, you get high. You break through.
Terrifying.
Well, I think it's them phrasing it in the way that you can break through it, that you like visualize like, well, if I just like hit it right, I can get it through. So I would just hit it over and over and over to try to get it through. It's a great way to OD because you can't feel it, but you're still doing a ton of heroin. Well, I lived. I only kind of OD'd once.
So you don't think AA is a bunch of bullshit?
I mean, it is a bunch of bullshit, but like it's a bunch of. If it doesn't work for everyone, it works for like 10% of people that try it. But it's like there's also like nothing else that really works. So it's like the least bad of bad options. But like, it's not a bunch of bullshit. I mean, it all works. It's just like the language like this person's saying can like fuck people up because they're like, I have to pray and like be like a God person now. It's like, you don't gotta pray. I mean, there's no rules or anything. I think in some parts of the country, but it's more like
going to the places that can be really helpful.
Yeah, being around other people trying to get sober works.
Yeah. So this next person, this is not a question, but a little hot tip. And we haven't vetted any of these, so take that for what you will.
I gotta say, I have a feeling this one is real.
Yeah, I do too. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it. My friend is an educator currently working at a private school in Manhattan. Said the Dubin family. Now, Brace, will you remind our listeners who the Dubin family is?
So, Glenn and Eva Dubin. Glenn Dubin is like a high-profile financier. I have a trouble saying that word. A financier. And Eva Dubin, his hot wife, and I mean that in all terms. Hot wife, but also she's a hot wife. Which, that's a cuck thing. But anyways. So, she is like a big famous doctor that really brought Epstein back into high society after he was jailed in 2007.
And they've been a little bit implicated.
They've been 100% implicated.
Yeah.
I mean, girls have literally
testified to being at their house.
Yeah, and like there was a girl that was like shell-shocked. We went over this testimony in an earlier episode, like in her kitchen being like, they took me to the island. Like, I mean, their greedy little fingerprints are all over this. Of course, they've been on the Lolita Express more times than I can count.
Yeah. So, okay. Said the Dubin family mysteriously pulled their daughter out of school last spring semester, right before the Epstein arrest. My friend was told by the admin not to ask questions, wasn't told where the daughter or family was. They came back to the school this fall, and everyone acted like nothing happened. Thinks they left the country because they were tipped off that Epstein was in trouble and that they were potentially at risk for prosecution as well.
So what do you think about that?
I love it. Mm-hmm. I also think that it makes sense. I think, first of all, Jeffrey knew that he was getting arrested when he flew into New Jersey.
I mean, he had to have.
Yeah, and yeah, we've heard from some people that confirm some
suspicions.
Yes. So I think a lot of people and these sort of like related orbiters in the Epstein universe were, I wouldn't even call it tipped off. I think that they were just actively involved in talking to
law enforcement.
Well, and so they knew kind of what was coming. So it's not surprising to me that they would out.
I mean, in Palm Beach, like the Palm Beach sheriff literally called Epstein the night before they went to arrest him. And we're like, hey, we're coming by tomorrow to arrest you. Like, just to let you know. Like, what do you think the fucking NYPD does?
Yeah. So, these are really wealthy people. none of that surprises me.
Yeah, who do you think your fucking judge is smoking doinks with?
Yeah, totally.
It's not you.
I love when you say doinks. It's so
I love
weird.
saying doinks.
It's a doink
I really
chat.
drug talk got like really good after I quit, and I just it's sort of like it puts me back in it, you know.
Oh gosh. Okay, this next one is a little bit of a doozy.
So okay, but seriously, where does Chris Tucker fit into everything? He's not spacey famous, but he pretty much fell off the face of the earth after Rush Hour 3. And he's supposedly all over the flight logs and was on an Africa trip with Clinton, etc. So where does Mr. Tucker fit in?
Well, it's not great, you guys.
Yeah, it didn't sound good.
No. I think so. A friend in the DMs was doing some research into Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
And there were some troubling revelations.
From the Michael Jackson era, right?
Yeah, so I didn't know if this, does everyone know about this? I didn't know about this.
I didn't know about this.
But Chris Tucker was a key witness in Michael Jackson's trial.
That's wild. Well, so is our producer.
But he was like the final defense witness, and the defense rested after his testimony. There's a bunch of internet gossip about Chris Tucker being involved in, let's say, some alleged children situation.
Yes, okay, a children's situation. We've encountered those multiple times in the course of the show.
Yeah, I think like it's funny because when we started the podcast and we were reading about it, we were like, Chris Tucker, that's hilarious. This doesn't make any sense. And then it's like you start looking into it and you're like, oh no. Like I think
Actually, Chris Tucker was like he's not just like an outlier on the flight. Like he wasn't like when the Lolita Express was like cruising around Nigeria. He wasn't like sitting in the back playing Game Boy while everyone else was doing their fucking sick, twisted deeds to children. Like he was allegedly. I mean, not by me. I wouldn't ever say that, but it's possible that he could have been, dipping.
Yeah. I don't have any great news to report. Although I do think that like this listener pointed out about his career really like falling off.
Yeah.
What is like very intriguing.
I mean, after his like star turn in The Fifth Element, which is, I mean, just a fantastic role. I mean, it is crazy. Like he never really acted like after I think Rush Hour 3. Yeah, this person's right. Which if he's, I mean, I'm surprised he's not on Cameo.
Oh, actually, is he?
He could be. Let's check after this. So, next question is, are you guys planning on doing any in-depth coverage of the Franklin Credit Union conspiracy on the pod? This is from
Hesse. Perhaps a German listener.
Or Mexican.
Oh, yeah.
Hesse. Sorry.
We are. We have plans for the coming year, which is so crazy. Just like that meme said, there's only 1 month left in the decade. Make sure you do whatever.
Oh, wow. I guess there is.
I know, it's a little
Would you look at that?
Not true. The decade includes 2020.
Really?
Yeah, because the calendar...
No, there's a big fight about this. There's actually a very interesting fight.
Does not sound interesting so far, but keep going.
There was a big fight about this during the fin de siècle as well. And there were people saying that it wasn't 1900 that signified. It was 1901. It was a big deal. So anyway.
Oh, this is where all that Y2K madness stems from.
Remember I don't because I was too...
Liz, you were 30 when that happened.
Oh my God, that's so horrifying. Okay. No, but so my point is that we do have big plans coming for the next year. Some big in-depth episodes, but they take a good amount of time to research, and we want to do them properly. Franklin Credit and also the related Satanic Panic being one of them. And these are things that we want to really do right. So it takes us a bit more time.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I mean, we all work, and so we try to get as much into the episodes we're doing. Episodes, I just said. Damn, that's a really good idea. I should make a podcast out. We try to put as much as we can into each episode, and doing longer term stuff kind of takes a little bit of time away from that. So I just basically my job sucks. I mean, not if you're. I mean, is this? my job rules if you're if you're listening to this, and I gotta get up really early in the morning, so sometimes I get a little woozy after work, like little. Is it light on the loafers? Does that mean tired?
No.
Does that mean gay?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, no disrespect, but no, I'm not lighting the loafers. I'm just tired after work.
Yeah, so we do have that planned. We also have a big episode planned about the Clintons.
Yes, yeah.
And
Which that's been in the works for a while, but
Yeah.
we're gonna end her
Yeah.
and him.
Yeah, and another one, because I know that some people have been asking, but we, of course, are going to be doing an episode on Mr. Donnie Deals himself.
Oh, yeah. No, he's actually proving him innocent, unfortunately.
That'll be my job.
So, speaking of, who is another big name you think is connected to Epstein but hasn't been revealed yet? I'm a Tony Blair man. I mean, you know me, and you know I'm a Tony Blair man through and through.
Yeah, you love the third way. Mm-hmm. No, I am like waiting for Tony Blair's name to come out.
Yeah, I mean, probably some more like MBS too. Obviously, is like I mean,
the Saudi connections would be really nice.
like it's obviously there are some constraints to figuring out all the facts in that case in that aspect of the case.
You mean with the incredibly transparent nation of Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, but I know I've been sending so many FOIAs to the Saudi Ministry of Information that it just must get lost in there. But so I mean, Epstein had several pictures of MBS dotting his houses.
Yeah,
he spent election night of 2016 in Riyadh, which you know.
That's one does.
Says something there. He had that passport that said he lived there. His extra passport says his residence was in Saudi Arabia.
I wouldn't mind like more like local politicians being tied up and stuff. Like
What?
not necessarily our local ones, but I would love like
De Blasio.
Jane Kim.
or like just like you know the old LA connections. I would
Yeah.
love some like Rahm Emanuel shit to come out, like old Chicago stuff. Just
Yeah.
like all that shitty money moving through Democratic politics. I'd
mean,
really love to see some of that.
If like
tied
George
up.
Mitchell was involved in it, who the fuck
Well, yeah,
knows
that's what
who's
I'm
been tied up
saying.
in
I mean,
this?
it would probably obviously it wouldn't be. You know, it would be tied in the kind of the way that we're talking about on the podcast, where
Yeah.
it's like, you know, all of these people knowing each other. And...
I just want to get out there that we think Melania is a slave that Trump bought.
Whoops.
Allegedly.
Speaking of, I like this one. Which of your faves do you want to get canceled the most?
Like just in general or via Epstein?
I don't know. Maybe it's a general.
I would honestly like be overjoyed if you got canceled.
Brace.
I dream about. Sometimes I think about doing it. Me canceling.
Are you serious?
Well, yeah.
I mean,
It would just be me then. No, I would never wish you get canceled. Who's our faves?
who would cancel me?
I know. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
That made me feel really
I would
sad.
if you get canceled, I'll cancel myself too.
No,
it'll be a
you're supposed
canceled
to defend
cancel.
me.
No, you can't do that. Come on. That'll just make me look guilty.
What am I? Oh my god.
I don't know. What are you guilty of?
Nothing. Bill fired for truth, canceled for truth.
Guilty of being right.
Oh, yeah. You know what I would do? I would if anyone cancels Liz, I'll kill them.
There you go.
I'll go to prison for the rest of my life. My fave, who just got canceled recently that a lot of people like?
Jeff Goldblum.
I mean, I don't know. He's not my
Didn't
fave.
really get canceled,
No.
did he?
No.
What did
People
he-
were talking about
Canceling him?
yeah, it was like a preemptive. It was a precog cancellation.
Oh, like they thought he was...
pre-crime.
They were like, we're gonna have to cancel this guy, and then it became like he's canceled. It was like, why? Because something's gonna come out.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's such bullshit.
That's the stage that
I
we've
think
moved,
that's
moved
smart.
on to now.
I
This
think...
is dangerous. I don't
Honestly,
like it.
if they ever truly succeed in canceling God, I'll kill myself.
You know what's gonna happen
What?
is that it's gonna go full circle, and now people like fucking woke creeps are gonna start claiming that they're canceled, and it's gonna be like a badge of honor. Like
yeah.
Roxanne Gay is gonna come out and be like, they tried to cancel me, and it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna like.
There's no cancel gun large enough caliber.
Did you see her engagement ring?
Did I see her engagement ring?
You could see it from space.
It looked like shit, and the engagement rings looked bad too. Probably cancel that. I'm sorry. That was too far.
Was it?
It wasn't? Okay, don't cancel.
This is very confusing.
Look at this. We just laid a trap.
Okay, I really like this one. because I love a would you rather. I'm the queen of would you rather.
And just before she asked the questions, Carmen Electra, 100%. Okay.
Okay, would you rather have everybody involved in Epstein's crimes punished appropriately but secretly, and what we know now is all we ever learn about it? Or would you rather learn the whole truth but everyone gets away with it?
I'm going to go with learn the whole truth.
Yeah, I'm 100% right there.
And I know that sounds callous, but if we learn the whole truth, we can literally destroy, like, the world and gain
America,
ultimate power. Yeah. Like, I could finally win.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so much more important for the truth to come out than for, like, I mean, I am, don't get me wrong, I am like 1,000% behind lock her up.
And notice we're not specifying which her it is.
But I do think it's more important that we learn everything. Because, like you said, it's radicalizing.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, no, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you just punish the individuals, right, the class still reconstitutes itself. So if we arm ourselves with the knowledge and radicalize the proletariat, then we can actually abolish the ruling class.
Yeah, also, it means I could get away with it if I knew all their secrets.
Yeah.
I could lord it over them.
Okay. When do you think the CIA picked up Epstein? 70s? 80s? He always used to say he found money for people. Assuming that's true, do you think he found money for the CIA? Or do you think he was always a blackmailer? I think this person's a little confused.
How do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's true that he says he found money for people, but he bragged about, like, basically going to, like, African dictators and taking money from them.
Well, he said that his job was basically, and I quote, a financial bounty hunter.
Yeah.
And in my mind, first of all, I think he got picked up by the CIA in the 70s by Donald Barr.
Yeah.
I think that's the guy who did it. I mean,
I think
have
maybe
read
earlier.
enough George Smiley books to know that is how you do it.
I think it was a bit earlier.
Really? You think it was when he was like a teenager during his math years? Interlochen, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
It could be. All those, like, I mean, not that I know people who've gone to Interlochen. They are, as far as I know, not intelligence assets. But that seems like if I was gonna get someone to be a CIA agent in the future, I'd get them at their gifted high school.
Yeah, I don't know if I said this on the podcast before, but when I was in high school, my best friend, her dad was a CIA agent. He was retired. Mm-hmm. And her and her sister were contacted at a pretty early age.
Yeah.
About, let's say, enlisting. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. She never did it.
She didn't do it? Mm-mm. Or did she just say she didn't?
No, she didn't do it.
Did you do it in her stead?
No, you did.
Did I do it in her stead?
Okay, next question. Cast your ideal Epstein movie. That's a fun one.
Oh,
I like this one.
Yeah. First of all, me as Epstein.
No, Brace.
Okay, you as Epstein.
No.
Okay, Young Chomsky as Epstein.
Stop being so lazy.
Okay. Well, could this be like an art movie?
Like what?
Like if I cast, like, you know how they were trying to get, like, Idris Elba as James Bond?
Oh, uh-huh.
Could I do Idris Elba as Jeffrey Epstein? Idris?
It's Idris.
Idris Elba is...
That's a bit sexy.
Well, I know that would... And see, here's the thing, though. If I cast a sexy Jeffrey Epstein, that would fuck with people's brains, right?
Feel like Black Epstein.
People could... I don't
like
be
that.
A tour. Okay, fine. What do you have?
I think Goldblum would be good.
I was just thinking that, too. I think Goldblum would be really good as Epstein.
Yeah.
Who could be Ghislaine? Who's that chick from Fight Song? We were just watching the Fight Song DNC video. There's like a black-haired woman in that who looks exactly like Ghislaine Maxwell.
I don't know who that woman is. What
Some
about
old
Angelica
crow.
Houston?
I was going to say Angelica Houston.
I don't know what she looks like.
Are you
but
serious?
No. Why would I? Don't show me now.
She's
I
a
have to
great
talk
actress.
then if you're typing. I'm going to go with Mia Kunis.
No.
No? Okay, then let's go with...
You know who she is.
Oh, damn, it looks like that chick. Yeah. Actually, check this out. What if Hillary Clinton played Ghislaine Maxwell? That'd be
No,
fucking...
I think Meryl Streep would have to play Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, in the Epstein movie? Mm-hmm. What is there another actor? Bill? Fuck. For Bill Clinton, Definitely Dana Carvey. He did such a good George Bush. Think about him as Bill.
That's probably stupid.
I want to throw out Ben Stiller as Epstein. I feel like somebody else said that
Oh.
online.
That would be pretty
Or
good.
I
Very
could see,
Jewy.
yes, but I think that's appropriate.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Seinfeld.
it's Jew face. Yes, or Eric Bogosian, I think.
Oh, I love Bogosian.
His turn on Succession, really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is, but...
He's
good.
He plays Bernie Sanders on Succession.
Oh.
Okay, disclaimer. Liz, hello. Probably already knows better than I do from living in LA. Well, probably. My theory is on why Courtney Love is in the Black Book. Ooh, I like this. I've noticed she has always surrounded herself with young acolytes. At one point, she was auditioning young women for her band, encouraging them to send in tapes of themselves. I think she helped rich old men get proximate to teenage girls. So, okay, a couple things. I don't think that having young women audition for her band by tape is necessarily like proof of any alleged. But I have heard some weird things about Courtney Love, as have you.
I definitely have. What have you heard?
I think the same things you have heard.
Okay, so from what I've heard, and I've heard this from people it happened to, some girls would go and you know sort of get taken under Miss Love's wing, and then essentially in a kind of roundabout way, sometimes in a not so roundabout way, get pimped out to rich men as
like
sex
through
workers.
Courtney Love.
Through Courtney Love.
Yeah, I have heard rumors of that in Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, it's if both you and I have heard it, and I've heard it from people
my understanding is that you know, she didn't have a lot of money.
She also killed her ex-husband. I'm not joking. I literally think that she did either kill him.
Do you
or,
really think that?
I do, but I think that because El Duce was killed by Courtney Love as well. El Duce was the singer for the Mentors who wrote hits like Find Her, Feel Her, Fuck Her, Forget Her, the 4Fs. It's a great band. Check out the Mentor. Really not a great band, but check out El Duce Karaoke. Anyways, El Duce he's sort of a West Coast Gigi Allen type. He went on record saying that Courtney Love tried to pay him like $5,000 or something like that to kill Kurt Cobain. Like a week after he says that, he is pushed in front of a train and dies.
Incredible.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. I buy it.
yeah. And like the Courtney Love thing, I totally get it too.
Even if she didn't,
Yeah.
you know she stood over him watching it while it happened.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Allegedly.
But yeah, Courtney Love, if any of you out there listening is thinking of going and jamming with her, pick another hole.
Oh,
What?
I got it.
Get it? Yeah. Like that one? That's pretty good. Freaked you out, then brought you around.
Okay. Brace, this one. Okay, this is for you. Should SF break off from PG&E and run its own SACMUD-style municipal power system?
So, yes and no. San Francisco, I mean, as it stands now, it should break away from PG&E, although they're not going to. I mean, I don't think they're going to. But it can't just happen city by city, because then rich cities like San Francisco would be able to do it, and then places like Bakersfield might not be able to afford to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, one thing I would worry about is like any other counties having any leverage over buying out PG&E. Like this, I think the state just has to do it and then sell it back to the municipalities.
Yeah, I mean, and also like look at where they turned off the power recently during these forced blackouts.
Yeah, it wasn't in San Francisco.
Even if there was a high risk of fire, they would never do that in San Francisco or Mountain View.
No.
That shit is only going to hit the northern part of the state. And if there's this big I'm of course a communist. I'm a centralizer. Might raise a few hackles there, but
That's
it's
fine.
like our power grid should be centralized.
Absolutely.
I mean, I guess our power grid would be still centralized, but like the operating body should be a central one.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think just breaking it off city by city is necessarily the answer.
Yeah.
Although everyone who works at PG&E can suck my dick.
Yeah. But that's why it makes it so tricky when you say, should the city buy the...
Yeah, but then like also we should buy it. So I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know.
it's one of those things. We'll see how things go in this next year. So what's the best way to annoy libertarian tech douches? I'm from the Bay Area. That's not a name. You can't really sound like that.
Well, apparently it's elect a progressive DA.
Yeah. Yeah, in this past week since Chesa Boudin got elected here, I have seen so many people stumble upon the idea of becoming Batman.
It's
insane. Like some of them knowingly that they're imitating Batman, and then other people are like, what if I
literally calling for a Batman?
Actually being we should make gadgets that will fight crime.
Can you imagine billionaire libertarian vigilante justice?
It would be insane.
First of all, no thanks.
Yeah. Well,
second of all, like I pointed out on Twitter,
yeah.
if you want to create a Batman, we know that requires first the creation of Joker.
And the thing about the Joker is we are, right now, Liz is millimeters away from fully joking out. And if she becomes Joker, because I'm her sidekick, I become Harley Quinn. I don't want that to happen.
But here's the thing.
Don't do me this life of sidekickery.
Joker's person of the people.
Uh-huh.
So we would have to have, full uprising to even begin a genesis of a Batman.
True. And the Lady Joker, too. That would be a very San Francisco, wouldn't it?
But beyond that, no. I mean, it wasn't just those crazy Batman Twitter people, but people have been losing. Tech people were losing their shit, and it was hilarious. I love it so much.
It's fantastic.
Gives me so much life, and they're like, this is gonna be just. They're not gonna charge anyone for breaking windows. They're not. It's like people are rediscovering.
What? Yeah, it's well. I mean, they think that all those people breaking windows, first of all, are getting arrested in the first place.
Yeah.
Which,
by the way, not happening right now.
San Francisco PD has a 50% solve rate on murders. How do you think they're doing on broken windows?
Yeah, I mean,
all they do literally is just throw people's tents into the fucking gutter.
No, these tech people. First of all, they all moved here 8 months ago. Think they all run the city.
Yeah,
get paid $250,000 or whatever to literally do nothing.
Still don't tip.
Don't tip. And then, power to the people, rise up, elect a good man as a progressive DA, which, by the way, we already tried having a tough on crime DA. Guess who that was? Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
She sucks dick.
She fucking sucks dick and ass.
So, now they all think, I saw one that was like, us techies, we've got to make sure to get out the vote and make sure our voices get heard. It's like, bitch, we hear your voices.
You're still registered to vote in Des Moines.
Or we're fucking Austin.
Yeah,
Who gives a shit? First of all, shut the fuck up. We're taking back the city.
Yeah.
And I hate all you losers.
You're under arrest now, motherfucker. Chesa, so we're doing a purge once a year now, says
Chesa said purge legal once a year, but only for libertarians.
And I just got my first Chesa kill the other day. I'm fucking I call it a Boudin body. And I'm so fucking ready for this. And I just thought about this, too, because Dean Preston won in District 5.
Yes, another big one.
All three of us volunteered on that day. He won by 188 votes. That's like 3 volunteers worth.
Yeah, that's another big one that pissed people off.
People are really not happy about that.
They got real mad in my mensch.
Yeah, well, because the Yimbys. So, Yimbys. There's anything worse than a pedophile, it's a Yimby.
I mean...
Sometimes there's a nexus in medical
let's talk about the Venn diagram there.
Yeah.
These Yimbys, first of all, they think, okay, we just need to build.
There's already the buildings. There's 30,000 vacant apartments in fucking San Francisco. No one's living in them. You're just going to build more?
It doesn't make any sense.
Build some more. Fine. Rich people are going to move into them. And then they'll just leave the whole year.
These fucking assholes, they take one microeconomics class in undergrad.
Not even macro. Don't know what that is.
They don't even know. Oh, look, I'm not even going to get into that.
I'm only into the big picture. But go on.
No, they take one of them and they go, oh, well... by the laws of supply and demand, where, blah, blah. One, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
2, I'm stuffing you in a locker.
She will.
Which, by the way, is the size of your fucking pod apartment where you eat bugs like the little cuck you are.
That's what you are. You are fucking bug-eating little bug men in your teeny fucking cubicles. You will never get a wife.
That's right.
You will never get a husband.
We're bringing back... You know what? I'm stealing bug men from the right.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Is that a right-wing thing?
Yeah, well, I'm taking it.
Yeah, it's Liz's now.
It's mine now. And guess who's Bugman? You're Bugman.
Yeah, that's
Libertarian
you.
tech guy, libertarian tech girl. Mm-hmm. You're all bug people. To
Libertarian tech women are the most cucked human beings in existence.
It's so sad.
They just want to share you, baby.
Oh my god, it's so sad.
Yeah.
Imagine. You know what I have to say?
What?
I have. It is true that I've gone through some political evolution. Everyone has over the years.
Yeah, you were an anarchist until about a few months ago. I'm just
No.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I have not been. I've never been an anarchist.
She's never been an anarchist.
Not even in high school.
Yeah. Can't say the same. But not out of high school.
But I will say that I have never, and this is, hello, again, I've never been an anarchist, so could never have been a libertarian.
Ooh, left or right?
You know why? Because I have a fucking soul.
Women can have those.
These
Women
bug
can
people
have those.
do not have them.
No, absolutely not.
So we're purging all you bugs.
Yeah. And by the way, I know for those of you who are about to get mad, no, I'm not calling them golems. Golems are cool. And I'm allowed to call people that anyways. Got next. Why have so-called
Oh, this is one for you, Brace.
I am.
Here,
I'm sorry.
say it since this is
Brew
for
me
you.
up a fresh pot of Lipton, baby, because I'm about to go off. I'm gonna sip the tea. Possibly spill the tea.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
Why have so-called progressive, and that's in quotations, progressive
so.
unions like SEIU, which is definitely a deep state union, interesting, endorsed Hillary in the past, when it is clear crooked Hillary, thank you for calling her by her proper name, would rather hang out with child rapists than stand up for working people? Good question.
So SEIU, there have been. Listen. There are a lot of good people in SEIU. I have a lot of friends who are SEIU members and people who are paid by SEIU to do, I don't know, whatever they do. But I'm telling you, there is a reason why that union's color is purple and not red. It is. I don't understand. This goes for a lot of unions out there, except for a couple UE and ILWU and a couple other postal workers, etc. If you are 100% on the side of the working man and woman, everybody else in this country, there is no way in hell you should endorse any Democrat besides Bernie Sanders or even come fucking close. And I'm talking about Elizabeth Warren, all the rest of these fucking jokers. Nobody should have a chance. And why did they endorse Hillary Clinton? That's probably because the ex-president of SEIU immediately became a fucking charter school, paid advisor after fucking dipping out of the presidency. He had you read that fucking Jane McAlevey book, right?
I'm working through it.
I mean, there's some SEIU has done some shady motherfucking shit out there. And if you are in a union, what you should do is try with the utmost strength to get them to endorse Bernie Sanders in as soon as possible. Few will have the courage to do this.
This is always a problem with unions, though.
But yeah, I mean, there are exactly unions in America are totally denuded. I mean, it's basically groups of castrati. There are two sides basically in the world. There are the bourgeoisie and there are working people. And you really got to pick one side, and a lot of these unions try to waffle, and there's no good middle ground there. You're on the rich man's side if you're trying to fucking toe the line.
Yeah. So okay. Hi guys, big fan. I've been a fan since episode 1. Oh, thanks.
Oh wow.
I'll keep my question short and sweet. I just want a conclusive answer. Ugh. Do the elite really perform child sacrifices in occult rituals? I've read about Dutroux and the Franklin scandal, and the victims seem credible to me, but the idea that something this insane goes on is like finding out the earth is flat. Okay, first of all, the earth is flat.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about that.
Just kidding. The Earth is not flat. But
Yeah, me too.
I don't have a conclusive answer. I'm sorry. I will say that I have definitely gone down the rabbit hole and read websites that I probably shouldn't have.
Yes,
Certainly questionable sources.
absolutely.
Do I believe they're telling the truth? 100%.
I think they're telling their truth. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that I definitely think that that has occurred.
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely, I don't think it's out of the question at all. And I do think, that being said, when we say, like, satanic child ritual, satanic or demonic acts, like, any assault of a child is definitionally a satanic act.
Oh, absolutely.
By
Yeah,
definition.
totally demonic. And there'll be one like nerdy kind of atheist, Satanist guy or whatever who's gonna get mad at us for. By the way, yeah, who's gonna get mad at us for saying that? But 100%. If you like molest a child, you are the devil.
Don't be into Satan, you guys. That's
Yeah.
not cool. But yeah, so I would say that just even any kind of, assault, violation of a child is, in my mind, a demonic ritual.
Yeah, I mean, no question about it. Yeah,
That probably didn't answer your question, but
we'll get to the. Listen, we're gonna get to the bottom of this. I promise you. And if we don't, you feel free to sue Liz.
so this next one has a lot of questions for us. I don't know how many you want to answer about this. We'll go round robin.
Mm-hmm.
And Brace, you ask this guy over here.
Okay.
And then he can ask me. And we'll keep going.
Liz, how do you stay sane and grounded while pursuing this darkness on a regular basis? I was hospitalized once for not keeping a healthy distance between myself and politics. Someone's bomb went off when they were making it, I see. Since then, I've slowly managed to form a healthy boundary and relationship with political discourse and activism. Obviously, humor is an effective buffer, but I'm curious how else the three of you manage the dynamic given your relentless pursuit.
It really gets to me sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
There's like certain things I've read that are really upsetting. And yeah, I mean, I don't need to get in. That being said, I mean, I kind of joked on this on another podcast, but like, my brain has been broken about politics for a very long time.
Yeah, yours is one of the most warped minds I've ever encountered. Like when they call you the Joker, I'm not doing a bit.
Yeah, I'm the clown princess of communism. But yeah, there's the humor. You know, we do that, I think, more for the listeners, but also for ourselves, but also because I think the state of politics in America is such a fucking joke. It's hard not to laugh about it.
Yeah.
And I can't take any of it seriously because there's so little to actually take seriously.
Some women just want to watch the world burn.
This is a good question for you, Brace.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any recommended reading lists? Not necessarily. Well, this says Epstein adjacent tests or articles that cover anything from the CIA, blah, 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 blah. But I know that you've done a lot of reading about CIA operations, anti-communist operations.
Let me get actually my little reading book. So I always read 3 books at a time. I read one history book, one kind of nonfiction book, whether it's about politics or whether it's about whatever. Lately it's been a lot about this kind of stuff. And I read one novel at a time. So what have I been reading lately? I've been reading this book called Rogue Agents by David Teacher. I just started that. I've been reading this one called, kind of intermittently, actually right before I fall asleep, called Inside the League, the shocking expose of how terrorists, Nazis, and Latin American death squads have infiltrated the World Anti-Communist League by Scott Lee Anderson and John Lee Anderson. With that one, it's a little bit of a lib perspective because, like, yeah, they infiltrated the World Anti-Communist. It's literally all fascist groups.
Right.
The Coors Connection, NATO and the Balkans, and there is a lot of all the other shit I have in here is just like The National Question and the Class Struggle by Bear Borokov. That's actually like a Zionist text, but but I was just checking it out to see. I'm just reading about it. Yeah, I think a lot of those books, like Legacy Ashes, are really good. Basically, any book that like purports to be like a side, like a peek into the CIA's senior side, you should read. With Epstein stuff in particular, I mean, literally the only book about Epstein is just that James
That
Patterson
trash
book,
book.
which I've read. It takes you about 30 minutes to read the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
But you could do what I did, which was print out the entirety of the testimony and put it in binders and read it in your living room and
Start a
hide it
reading
under
group.
a blanket. Yeah.
All right, I'll read this one. First of all, I want to point out that in the introduction to this question, listener said, listeners who ignore young Chomsky are scum. So I agree with that. The question is non-Epstein recommended reading / watching, political and non-political. Don't recommend music. I only listen to Watching You by young Chomsky.
Oh, perfect question.
I am watching Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, it's so
That's
good.
really
It's good. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm watching right now. I've run out of shows.
Me? I've been watching Math Problems.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that 60 Minutes thing on Epstein.
Oh, I watched
I've
that
like
too.
pretty much only been watching shit like
I
that.
know. My brain is broken.
Yeah. What else? I don't know. I don't watch much actually. I have a really poor attention span when it comes to watching films and TV shows. So I generally don't.
Yeah, you don't ever watch like anything.
No.
A bunch of people have asked us this, so we should probably explain. A bunch of people have asked how we all met.
Okay.
Well,
I've known Mr. I'm sort of the nexus here because I introduced the two of you.
Yeah.
True.
I met young Chomsky through political work.
Yeah.
And I met Liz through punk rock music.
Yeah.
I've known young Chomsky for like 2 or 3 years, I think, so 2017.
Yeah.
But almost 3 years.
Yeah.
But I just met you
Yeah.
this year.
This is crazy.
But here's my number, so call me maybe.
Oh, I got it. I just got it.
I introduced the two of you. My name is Bracy. Excuse
But
me for
yeah,
that.
Brace and I have known each other since we were 15.
And hung out for intermittently. We're never close friends. But
No.
we're friends.
But your best friend dated my best friend
Yes.
for a long
And-
time.
And yeah, as I said in an earlier episode, I once asked Liz out and she denied me, which
Which I don't
forever
remember.
cursed her to doing a podcast with me. A fate worse than anything.
That was like
A long time
10 years ago. or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, we knew each other when we were like 15. Just from being at like punk clubs.
Yeah,
Because I was a punk when I was a teenager.
it's true.
And
I was a punk until like long after I was a teenager.
And then I guess we like kind of became friends-ish again when I moved back to San Francisco
Yeah.
from New York.
Yeah.
And then got back in touch kind of when you were in Syria.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough. I don't know.
I don't know. Been talking
been a long
since then.
time.
Yeah, it's been a long, crazy trip. But yeah, Liz was like when this Epstein stuff first started creeping back up into the public consciousness. Liz is like a psychopath that like, and it's she's like a person that I know, like it, we talk about politics a lot, but I don't know this person through politics.
Right.
So that is like I very much treasure those relationships where I can. It's somebody I knew before like all of this stuff.
All the craziness.
Yeah.
Hey guys, are you familiar with the book Chaos by Tom O'Neill?
Oh yes.
He puts forward some theories surrounding a known CIA operative named Dr. Jolly West and his claim to have unlocked the secrets of mind control. West spoke to Jack Ruby alone for hours before declaring him insane, which was obviously a point of suspicion among Ruby's lawyers. If the CIA does have this capability, is it possible Jeffrey did kill himself, but not on his own volition? I know this is some galaxy brain shit, but I just want to hear your thoughts on our intelligence agency's technological capabilities. Thanks. That's from Liam.
Liam, thank you. That is actually not a Galaxy Brain take.
Not
at
Galaxy
all.
at all.
I mean, if you read Chaos, then you know about the Jolly West stuff. Then you know that there are some other incidents involving. First of all, Jolly West, perfect fat guy name.
It's like too much. Maybe
It's a
that's
lot.
also an op.
Yeah, could be. Be like, oh,
That's
he must.
not his
It's like
name.
Fatty Arbuckle, who apparently was framed. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he was. Yeah.
I've actually always kind of held that theory, or like it could be 10% true that Epstein was mind controlled into actually killing himself, because we don't know what his visitor log was looking like
don't think
at
that
MCC.
happened.
I mean, it literally has happened before, though.
Yeah.
And it's, if you read that Jack Ruby testimony too,
It's
It
wild.
is fucking wild.
Yeah.
And it's like
It
it
is wild.
doesn't. It's
Also,
you can see him descending.
We should
too.
remember that a lot of MK Ultra techniques are still used to this day.
Yeah.
Especially, and this is known. I mean, they used it with prisoners in Guantanamo and in rendition sites overseas. Waterboarding comes from MK Ultra techniques.
Yeah.
That's not specifically mind control, but breaking down people, that's definitely part of the whole, system. So the idea that that we aren't like still living with what we can call like these technologies is just not true.
It's weird. I think a lot of people assume that because MK Ultra has kind of been like swept under the rug, and CIA has halfway admitted it's like the shameful thing in history, that like for some reason we didn't learn, like all of that knowledge gained during that time was like dark knowledge was lost, right? Like because they hid all the
But
documents.
they like learned their lesson.
Yeah, they're like, oh, well, we learned our lesson. We'll never use these techniques that we perfected and, in fact, invented again, which is ridiculous.
No, I mean, it's like well documented that they literally used this on prisoners overseas at rendition sites.
And
Like-
another thing, too, is that, like, yeah, this Jolly West, I mean, first of all, there's a new biography of Sidney Gottlieb that just came out that I just got.
I saw that.
And we got to do an app on him. I mean, the guy was fucking insane.
he's nuts.
Chaos is a fantastic book, though.
It is. It's really good. It's a real fun read. I read it pretty quickly, actually, even
Me
though it is
too.
quite dense. But then, getting into all the Manson stuff and I have my own stuff about Laurel Canyon and what was
Yeah.
going on at that time over there, and
Possibly still.
possibly still.
But it's it's a really good introduction, because we got this
It
question
is
a lot.
a good introduction.
It's like, how do I turn people on to like the fact that like, how do I get them to see through the scanner darkly? It can be difficult because it's really easy to write off a lot of stuff as crank stuff. But Tom O'Neill, in writing this book, is very aware of how all of this sounds, where he's like, listen, I know this sounds nuts, and I know I sound like a crank, but like, bear with me here because it'll play out. And it does. He does it very convincingly. It's like an actually very well written book, just from like a literature perspective. And it's a really, I think Chaos is a really good introduction to sort of seeing the world in this way.
Yeah, holidays are coming up. Great Secret Santa gift.
Plus, everyone loves Manson.
Everyone loves Manson. You got to learn about the CIA.
The beautiful people.
Not that Manson. Brace, this question's for you.
Okay, my computer died, so you got to read it to me.
Oh, perfect. I guess I'm reading all of them.
ASMAR.
Brace,
Yeah.
what makes Marxist-Leninism better than all the other quadrillion official number permutations of Marxism?
So a lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually a Hojaist. Well, actually, I mean that semi-ironically. I have spent a lot of time with Hojaists. But Marxism-Leninism is, first of all, a lot of people call themselves like MLs or Marxists. I just call myself a communist usually.
Yeah, same. Don't be a dork.
Or
Call
a
yourself a
Leninist sometimes.
communist.
Exactly. But like, it is a way of organizing sort of a revolutionary party, Leninism, in a way that like one of the only ways that ever proven effective, which is a cadre system where people take these directives that are decided on democratically, and then everyone sticks to it. It's really one of the only ways, I think, to have a discipline base. Even the YPG I was with, or the PKK, etc., they are not a Marxist-Leninist party in the traditional sense, but they still function along the lines of democratic centralism, which is a Leninist model.
Yeah. I think discipline being the key there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that is the thing that is like, the American left in the past 50, 60 years has been probably the worst disciplined rabble in human history.
Yeah, well, it's a bunch of university students.
Well, and you can also tell there's a lot of it's you have these Marxist-Leninist microsects where it's like if you have 20 people doing democratic centralism, it's a little different because that just means like 4 guys are deciding something.
Yeah, that's not really like a coherent party structure.
It doesn't scale super well.
Right.
And that is the task of the communists in America is the party building task, which people have been trying since the 60s to very unsuccessfully.
It sucks because people who call themselves MLs or whatever are the biggest dorks.
Oh yeah, totally unfuckable.
It's like they wear little funny outfits.
Sometimes
Everyone's
they
got to
wear the
let that
Lenin
go.
hat. Yeah.
Everyone, let it go.
Here's the thing: dress like your
be cool.
coworkers.
I'm a Leninist, and I am very cool.
Yeah, I mean, actually, all of us dress pretty good, but that's the thing is like you need to be. I mean, the way I've always understood it is the communist needs to like be the hardest worker, the person who has the answers for people, and for that you need to like stand up straight, put your shoulders back, keep your fucking room clean, and be disciplined in your life.
Yes.
Lift weights.
Lift weight, yeah.
Yeah, new Soviet man.
Yes, lift weights. Like, get in shape. Be like, I mean, if you can, and be.
Same for the ladies.
Yeah,
I work out every morning.
Yeah, you do. Mm-hmm. Damn, that's baller. I go to my factory job every morning.
That's true. Where
I
you
lift
work out
using my back.
That's not good.
But like the best thing is like because I work at a factory, I talk to my coworkers. That some of them I don't talk about it, but some of them know I'm a communist. And they're not like freaked out by it because I'm a hard worker who like can fuck around with them and be like
you're not
normal to them.
cosplaying, you're not costumeried.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like it's like you take this seriously or you're not taking it seriously. That's how I view it.
Yeah, I also would, I highly recommend people read Lenin.
Yes.
I think that you will find it, first of all, it's incredibly readable.
Yeah, super readable.
Yeah, very easily read. Also, it'll give you a lot to think about in terms of, like we say, discipline, but also organizing, like actual structures of organization.
Yeah.
And, what it means to be strategic and pragmatic.
Yes.
And not in a way that gets thrown around in kind of like mainstream politics, like like how
Medicare for
centrists
some
use it or whatever.
Yeah,
not like that. But what it means by like seeing opportunities and taking advantage of them,
but not being an opportunist.
No, that's not what I mean.
I know. I'm saying like by taking
By
opportunities,
being like ruthlessly pragmatic.
Yeah.
And ruthlessly strategic.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was what Lenin was all about.
Absolutely.
And like he did it. Like if you should learn from it.
Absolutely. Okay.
Liz Lenin.
I like that.
It's got a little ring to it, doesn't it?
It's a little cheesy. Okay. What celebrity, if revealed to be a pedophile, do you think would break the public's hearts the most?
Jeff Goldblum.
I don't know.
David Lynch.
David
Oh my
Lynch.
God.
Oh Lord. Yo, that's actually totally yeah.
But you know which one would be really bad?
Who?
Oprah.
With Oprah. God. Oprah 8.
Like, I'm just
kids.
trying to think of, like, normies. Because, like, normies would be like, David Lynch, who? Even though I would be like, I would have to commit, like, ritual suicide.
I'm a mandated reporter, so.
But Oprah would, like, break people's brains. If they were like, oh, my God, this woman.
I don't know. We found out Hillary Clinton was a pedophile. That didn't work. She's white Oprah.
She is not white Oprah.
She's not? Mm-mm. Yeah, she's actually, you don't get a plane. You don't get a plane.
Feel like white Oprah.
I think David Lynch is a pretty perfect answer. I think a lot of people were really bummed out about Matt Groening, the Simpsons guy.
Oh, yeah, with his dirty little feet.
Virginia Jeffrey was like, actually, he's a gentleman. He's also my friend's stepdad.
That's like not a way to
Wait, no, his ex-wife is my friend's stepmom. What?
Make it better though. It's like, oh, he wasn't a creep when he was on the pedophile plane.
Yeah, well,
it's like,
but she did give him a foot massage, so I don't know. The massage thing is just.
I think George Clooney would be kind of a bummer.
I would be so happy.
He's too handsome.
Because then I could be like, look, being handsome's actually bad, ladies. Check this out. You need a guy whose nose can actually, if he puts his lips up, fit into his mouth. So curved. I'm gonna go with Usher.
I don't think that would bump people out.
Really? You think they'd be happy?
What Obama?
Oh my! But you know, Obama's not a pedophile.
I know, but that would really bum people out. I think Ryan Gosling would be a bummer too.
You were saying this earlier, and I'm like, I don't think so. I think how many people would be like, I think they would just go with it.
Yeah.
Like they'd be into it. You know that I know someone who slept with him.
Yeah, I do.
They'd be like, I'd do some DDLG stuff with him.
No, don't
What's
say
that?
that.
Daddy
What's
down
that?
little girl.
Oh.
How many times have we talked about that on this
sorry.
podcast?
It's
don't-
been a long day. Yeah, I don't. I would. I mean, ugh. Who knows? If they ever want to make pedophilia like cool, they'll have a guy like him come out and do it.
Ugh, gross. I don't like this conversation anymore.
All right. Well, we'll continue it later.
Okay, serious question.
Yeah.
I don't have any theories, thank you. But in light of the Jeet stuff, so you're going to have to explain this for a second. I was wondering if you have noticed any difference between left and right takes on Epstein theories. I think a lot of people have a hard time seeing things like this beyond the lens of partisan politics. I've actually seen people get mad at criticism of The Daily Show Hillary interview pointing out Trump's Epstein ties. I think the basic premise that the suicide is bullshit would be equally accepted across the spectrum, but I wonder how far you could go beyond that. Thanks, Jordan.
So Jeet here, he's a writer for one of those fucking New Republic or The Atlantic or one of those bullshit rags. He was talking about how Epstein didn't kill himself as like a right wing meme and like a gateway to
He's like,
fascism.
yeah, he's like recruiting fascists.
Yeah,
That's
which come
what?
on, man. But it is true, I think, that because there's been this Epstein didn't kill himself shit going on lately, which is great. We like it, but it's true that the right is like can be more agile with stuff like that, and where the left has this sort of like stuffy self seriousness.
Almost like it's liberal.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's no, like literally the entire ruling class of the United States turns out to be like satanic pedophiles. We should probably make like kind of a big deal about this. But then again, the right has been preparing for this for years with Pizzagate and QAnon and stuff. So they've been the storm has been coming for them for a long time. Maybe they're just, the groundwork is a little more late. I don't know. But it's like, I think this should be, and I'm not just saying this because we do a podcast about it. Like, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
And like, not a lot of people, like a lot of the poo-pooing of it I keep saying poo-pooing lately, is from like so-called left, like liberal outlets.
Yeah.
Whereas like, no, you should be running like
Concern trolling.
investigations in this actually.
Yeah, you should be demanding it.
Like aristocrats and princes and business
Literally
leaders.
the ruling class.
Like actually like Bill Clinton and Donald Trump themselves.
And Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I don't
Elon
understand.
Musk, all these Peter Thiel, dude.
Like, I don't understand what the like reticence other than, well, I mean, I do understand it. I don't know if I should say it on the podcast, but
Face.
what?
Sorry face.
No, I mean, I think it's really unfortunate and clarifying.
Yeah.
And, again, if we want to say to be ruthlessly strategic, this seems like bad strat.
Yeah.
I would not let a case that is so clearly about the depredations
and the depraved nature.
of the ruling class,
Absolutely. I mean,
get into the hands of the right.
here's the thing: is that like there is a lot of like fake news or whatever, and people are are confused.
Who cares?
A lot. But like what I'm saying is like one thing that like everyone I know who I work with and like I hang out with and see on the street that aren't like political people, the one thing that they know is true and that they know that rich people and the media is fucking lying to them about is the so-called suicide of Jeffrey Epstein. And if the people who are like actually telling them like, oh yeah, we agree with you, look, we see that too, are from the right, well, they're gonna go with them because they think they're the truth tellers. So you're a fucking fool if you pass this opportunity up.
Well, it just shows, I mean, to me, it's just like, it really shows where, like, people's viewpoints.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't see that this is such a clear case of, like, class antagonism.
Yeah.
And that it's an opportunity and, like, kind of a window, then I don't think they see that dynamic in any other issue that they are purportedly care about.
Agreed. Yeah.
Whether that's in their own little versions of activism or whether that's in whatever they do politically or socially. But if they don't understand how this all kind of paints a large picture that can be easily globbed onto by regular ass fucking people who, by the way, you need on your side. Mm-hmm. Then, one, don't be in charge of any shitty movement or a good movement. Two, get the fuck out of the way and let people who know what they're doing get in charge.
Yep.
We are like really running out of time, probably because we went off so hard on the bug people of San Francisco.
I'm locked and loaded.
But I liked this question.
What do we got?
Brace, what's your skincare routine?
Oh my god. So as most people know that I've got this weird shit where my head is totally fine, but neck down I have more dandruff than I think you can even imagine.
That's not true.
From about my chin to my toes, I am mostly dandruff. And it's I'm scaly like a snake. No, my skincare routine is this. I sweat a lot at work, so when I come home I use some fucking shit I bought at Walgreens to clear my face. And then I use soap when I take a shower. And then Liz, you have also been putting this serum on me lately that has been slowly turning me even lighter.
No.
She's trying to de-Mediterraneanify me, she says.
That's actually a thing, you know?
Wait, is it really?
Skin whitening? Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, yeah, I do. That's
It's
weird.
It's like a Korean skincare thing.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I have a very elaborate skincare routine.
Lay it on me, baby.
I think every morning I use like 5 things, and every night I use at least 6 things.
I will say, Liz has great skin.
Thank you,
I've
Grace.
never seen a pimple on Liz.
Oh, that's very sweet.
And I look for pimples on women.
I also own a device that like electrocutes my face.
Is it the mask?
No, it's not the mask. It's like
Okay,
a little
'cause
it's a
Jen uses the
microcurrent.
mask.
Does she?
Yeah.
I'm gonna come over and use it with
Smoke
her.
it.
The mask. Skin Party because I wanna.
Yeah. No, I use this thing that like it's like a device that microcurrent like electroshocks your face into being
Oh
tighter.
yeah, no, I'm aware of it. I see it all the time. Chomsky, what do you use?
I exfoliate with Jack Black Face Buff. That's a good product.
Use a Jack Black's product?
Yeah, he does a lot.
Whoa.
He's really diversified. I use some coconut oil products, and but it's pretty simple. I just it's my good Eastern European genetics.
Okay, so final question, because we're running out of time, and this is a good thing to end on. And this ties back to kind of what we were talking about just a couple minutes ago.
What do we got?
Hi, TrueAnon.
Hey.
Hello. Love the podcast. Necessary once the Epstein discourse has become tepid. Question: how do we keep this thing kind-heartedly in the heads of people? I say this before I know spending multiple hours at my parents' Mexican restaurant this holiday season where I'll be motivated to discuss. Keep doing what you're doing.
So, kind-heartedly is a tough one because I usually just scream at people.
It's true, he does.
It's the thing is, most people like agree that Epstein did not kill himself. Like literally, the majority of people don't think it's true. And that is, you've got good chances there, but it's difficult because a lot of people just, they watch TV or they read the New York Times. And it's not in there, and so if it's not in there, it's not news. That's just how we're sort of trained to function. So it's hard.
Yeah, I think the easiest way, like if I was in that conversation, I don't have this problem with my parents because my family's funny.
Yes.
But, I was at a wedding like a couple months ago and it came up like a lot just in conversation and people didn't know about the podcast. And the easiest way is, so do you think Epstein killed himself?
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised. People just start talking.
Oh, yes, they do. Yeah, we had that experience at a wedding, too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people love to answer that question.
And then once you have that question going, that's kind of like your gateway into seeing kind of where you can take the conversation next.
Yes.
And that could either be from, I've been listening to this podcast that's been talking about some things.
People be loving podcasts.
Or, did you know, actually, that he has, like, all these weird ties to the CIA? I know this sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But, or it could be, There's just like a lot of different angles. It's,
People love salacious royal shit.
they do.
So Prince
But
Andrew, great name to drop.
Yeah, and kind of, just getting people thinking about it and then thinking about the cover up and what this means. And yeah, I think that's a good way. But in terms of I know there are other questions that we didn't get to where people are really asking okay, what do we do next? And I don't have a lot of answers for that, which is maybe not something I should say.
For what do we do next, to solve the case?
Or what do we do now that we know all of these things? Which, by the way, we don't know anything.
First of all, we do not know everything. Second of all, I'm literally trying to solve this case.
I know.
This isn't I'm not just reporting on this. I'm actually trying to figure this whole thing out. And you should be too. I mean, this Epstein meetup thing they're doing in New York, great idea. Love it. But I would try to Epstein is not the end of this political project or whatever. Or Epstein isn't it's not the goal isn't to just solve the Epstein case. I mean, my goal literally actually is to solve the Epstein case, but there's goals beyond that. But Epstein is a really useful tool to use to be
an explanatory tool.
An explanatory tool, and it's also a tool you can use against your. It's like how Mao Zedong said, "Communism is not love; it is a hammer we use to crush our enemies." Epstein is the same way. Epstein is not just a dead or maybe not dead man. He is a hammer which we use to crush our enemies. And you can't. Clinton comes back in the race, crush her with Epstein. Trump, crush him with Epstein. Anybody you don't like, rich people, they've probably been on the plane. Look at the Black Book, crush them with Epstein.
Yeah.
Tesla stock going down. Well, actually going up, crush it with Epstein.
Yeah.
All of it. Yeah, so my advice would be, I own several pistols. Clean them all the time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, with that, I think we've gone over a little bit, but there's just so many questions. We want to thank you guys all for sending us so many thoughtful questions and responses. We didn't get to all of them. There were so many.
Merci beaucoup.
And we will be back soon.
Yes.
And for all of you people that live in the Bay Area, we hope to see you next Thursday.
Yes, we've been working, burning the midnight oil on this motherfucker. So you better come out.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a real fun time.
Me too.
So with that,
this is Brace Belden.
I'm Liz
And Young Chomsky.
on the mic, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.